Mike is determined not to lose another member of his team.
Cassidy is an integral part of our team. She's motivated, and without her, we wouldn't keep our tight schedules.
The Canadian reality TV series Rust Valley Restores is centered around a restoration shop run by a team of charismatic characters who utilize their skills to repair, sell, and trade classic cars. The series was produced by Mayhem Entertainment for History Channel. While internationally it's labeled as a Netflix original series, it can also be viewed on that platform. The restoration shop is located in South Shuswap in Tappen, British Columbia, Canada, also known as Rust Valley, due to its unique car community and junkyards. The shop's team consists of several skilled craftsmen who use their magic to transform the piles of seemingly worthless and rundown cars into dashing, collectible vehicles. It premiered in December 2018 and has run for 4 seasons. So how was the show conceived? As a collector with 340 cars in 2016, Mike Hull tried to auction his vehicles and sell the property, but to no avail. He raised the price from $1.19 million to $1.45 million in the following year, and the story went viral. In no time, Mike began landing various phone calls and offers for his cars and property, including proposals from producers. Finally, the producers with Vancouver-based Mayhem Entertainment, Matt Schuchuk and Tyson Hepburn, reached out to Mike saying, "Hey, you have all those cars, let's do a show on that." Matt had already known Mike from the guest appearance he'd made on the Canadian reality documentary series Highway Through Hell, which Matt directed. After Mike accepted the offer, a pilot video was pitched to Chorus Entertainment for the 8-part series, with Mike Hull celebrating the car culture of the Shuswap communities. Chorus picked up the show and it came to life, soon garnering a loyal fan base of automotive enthusiasts. The series is now shown in over 190 countries, and talking about the show's popularity and reach, Mike said, "It's the strangest thing to hear your voice overdubbed in French or Italian." So who is the series cast? It revolves around Mike Hull and his Rust Brothers company, which he founded in 2018. Mike is a rock blaster by profession who began collecting cars when still a teenager, and eventually accumulated over 400 vehicles in his yard near the Trans-Canada Highway. Furthermore, Mike is an entrepreneur and businessman who used the company Chimera Springs Rock Works, which dealt with scaling unstable roadside cliffs and placing explosives to control their unpredictable erosion. 2 other prominent cast members are Avery Schoaf and Connor Sharman Hall. Avery is a mechanic and restoration specialist who is best known for his impressive engineering skills. He's one of Mike's dear friends, hence the nickname Cad Buddy of Mike Hall. Avery previously owned a company specializing in repairing heavy equipment, which went under. However, he opened up a new shop with his son Chafin entitled Wildman Restorations. Connor Sharman Hall is Mike's son and mainly oversees the operation and engages clients, even though he stated that he previously worked on smaller project vehicles, such as changing the brakes and starting motors, but hadn't been involved in serious geeky stuff. Besides the main cast already mentioned, the show also features other mechanics and car specialists who often appear: J.F. Lanier, James West, Russell McKill, Donnie Kleinfelder, Rachel Bonnet, and Sarah Ward. However, while these are interesting and colorful members, fans' attention has been drawn mainly to blonde, young Cassidy Mceown, who breaks the stereotype that restoring cars is an only male profession. As to why Mike launched the restoration shop, talking to the Globe and Mail, Mike said, "I'll be 62 soon. My dad died at 60. I've seen buddies dying or running into health problems, leaving their families with all kinds of stuff to deal with. What are my wife and kids going to do with 400 cars in a field?" The only solution was to get rid of the cars and receive some money for them. He disclosed, "I opened up a restoration shop to try and turn my passion into profit, restoring cars that the average person can afford." If you check out Mike's official site for his shop, you'll come across several gorgeous pieces which are more than affordable. Now, who's Cassidy Mceown? Actually a mechanic first, obviously a car enthusiast, and now a reality TV star who gained popularity through appearing in Rust Valley Restores. She was born under the zodiac sign Sagittarius on the 21st of December 2000 in Cherryville, North Carolina, USA. Hailing from a family with a long history of mechanics, both of her parents are mechanics, she developed an interest in cars from a young age and continued to harbor it during her teenage years. Talking of her education, she matriculated from A.L. Fortune Secondary School in British Columbia, then enrolled at Okanagan College to study auto collision repair. Furthermore, she undertook an apprenticeship at Prestige Collision Vernon. Her endless passion for cars and the tenacity to obtain all necessary knowledge in her chosen profession culminated in August 2020 when she became Red Seal certified, the highest level of expertise in her trade. Cassidy was introduced in the first season's second episode at the age of 17. She was initially brought to the shop to assist on a project and quickly found a place for herself among the Rust brothers. Despite her young age, Mike recognized her talents as a mechanic and her ability to learn quickly, which compelled him to hire her. Additionally, she is definitely a breath of fresh air on the show, and generally, as men mainly dominate in these types of shows and professions. In her introduction video for the series, she revealed that working for Mike had been a dream for her, and he's her favorite boss. Cassidy also shared what the best and worst parts of her job are, saying, "My favorite thing about my job is working on these old cars and turning them into a pile of rust, then making them into gorgeous cars that turn everybody's heads. My least favorite thing is spending 3 days sanding a car, which still looks the same as it did 3 days before." During her debut performance on the show, Mike asked Cassidy to drive and pick up some car parts he wanted. When she revealed that she didn't have a driver's license, Mike then told her that in order to work for the Rust brothers, she needed to have one. So, in the same episode, Mike and Avery provided driving lessons for Cassidy, and by the end of the episode, she'd passed the driving test. However, despite her affinity for cars, it took Cassidy 3 tries to do it. Even though she's currently studying at university, Cassidy is still a part of the Rust brothers. The young prodigy has arranged her schedule to study and work. Additionally, she's posted several photos of her work on Instagram account, showing that she's still engaged in the automobile field. In October 2021, she shared a post from the Rust brothers auctions, which featured Mike's entire collection of over 500 cars, and which furthermore reassures that Cassidy is still employed at Mike's company. Talking of her romantic life, it's believed that the 21-year-old Cassidy is currently single. She had previously posted photos with a boy named Stan Pinion, which convinced some of her fans that the two were an item. However, they are no longer together, judging from her current Instagram feed. Cassidy is a huge dog lover and has a pit bull named Sierra, often featured on her social media. Cassidy likes to go fishing and generally spend time in nature when she's not working. Cassidy describes herself as a tomboy. In one of her Instagram posts, she wrote, "Mama tried to raise a lady, but Daddy won. Am I a tomboy? That means, did my dad teach me how to throw a ball, change the oil, shoot a gun, and bait a hook? Then yes, I'm a tomboy." Since appearing in the show, Cassidy has amassed a loyal fan base, which is best seen in the number of her followers on Instagram, over 100,000. In her interview with Penticton Western News, she revealed that she wanted to use her platform to become a role model for women in trades, disclosing, "Being a woman in a male-dominated industry has its struggles, but it makes you have thick skin and a good sense of humor. I want women to know that we can excel in this industry." Interestingly, Mike's restoration shop and business got off to a bad start. Despite the show's popularity and growing media fixation on the cast members, it turned out that Mike was actually losing money. He said, "My accountant told me I lost a lot of money. I've only broke even on 2 cars." As an example, the crew took on a project of restoring a 1963 Continental convertible, the quoted price of which was $17,000, while the actual cost was $50,000. Mike continued, "Filming a reality show doesn't make the shop any more productive or efficient. It actually takes 30% more time, and I make up the difference. But I like to fulfill people's dreams." Obviously, losing money resulted in a lot of tension between Mike, Avery, and Connor. Mike, who jokingly calls himself the biggest Canadian paid actor, said that the critical problem with starting a business and running it is differentiating between quote and estimate. That's when the trouble starts. An estimate is a best guess. A quote is what you will do the restoration for. He also revealed that the show put Tappen, British Columbia, on the map, saying, "People have just been showing up ever since the show has become available on Netflix. Everybody thinks we live in the US, but visitors from England drove all the way up from Vancouver just to see if we really live where the show takes place." Similar to any other reality show, Rust Valley Restorers has attracted curious fans who began wondering how much of the show is real and what's staged. Even though it's technically a reality, it's still a series, which means that most likely some parts are edited. Inevitable, considering the length of film shot and time constraints of the actual episodes, or added for specific effect. Furthermore, it's a known fact that the producers tend to cause or initiate drama among cast members, which is always a fun sport to watch. However, Mike adamantly claims that the show is 90% real. Some fans pointed out that Mike is either an award-winning actor or his reactions are genuine. For example, during the first season, there was an incident when Avery dropped an automatic transmission, resulting in a broken housing. After witnessing this, Mike went berserk and let out a couple of epithets that needed to be bleeped out. Some other occasions, which seem to have convinced fans of the show's authenticity, were Avery's backing his trailer into a customer's car and the engine falling off a stand, so the producers either have a wicked sense of humor or the cast is willing to trash their equipment for some quality camera time. The second girl who's attracted the attention of fans is Sarah Ward, who served as parts and project manager at the shop. She joined Mike's crew in 2018 and has been a reoccurring member ever since. Similar to Cassidy, Sarah also comes from a family of gearheads. Her role in the shop is to assist Avery and Mike and provide the essential parts needed for restoring the car. Sarah is a true car enthusiast and loves spending time in the workshop. As a skilled mechanic, she's highly knowledgeable about vehicles, especially classic cars, which are her favorite. It's not known where she worked before appearing in the show, but according to her social media, she'd been drawn to the business from a young age and had previously worked on various car restoration projects. Finally, fans will be pleased to know that the show has not been cancelled. The series' 4th season, consisting of 8 episodes, premiered in February 2022. Considering the show's success and the interest in the series, it's believed that the show will be renewed for yet another season. Thank you for spending some time with us. Make sure to like and subscribe so you never miss another video. We also handpick these videos, which we recommend you watch next. You can talk to us on all social medias or ask a question in the comments below. Thank you for being with us, and we'll see you back tomorrow.